Today we're taking a first look at some prototype cranks from 5DEV. Today we're going to be swapping out the cranks I used for the crank length test. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's fascinating. That's probably the video I learned the most on in my experimental series. We're going to be pulling these off and putting the 5DEV cranks on. I know this bike like the back of my hand, so it's the perfect test mule to test new parts out because I can feel what's changed because I'm so familiar with it. So how do we get a brand new player on the market making cranks looking this good right out of the box? 5DEV is the mountain biking branch of 5th Axis, and 5th Axis has been around for a while. They know a thing or two about machining parts. They've been making parts for the aeronautical industry, for space industry. They've got parts on Mars. They've got parts in the medical industry. And so making the leap to mountain biking is not a big leap for them at all. They've got some pretty fancy tools at their disposal to calculate the loads that these are going to take and to make some world-class products. They've got a full video about them and their design process over on their website. I recommend you check it out. I've got links in the description below. So this is not their first time machining things and manufacturing things, but they're all mountain bikers over there and they said, hey, there's a global part shortage. Why don't we start making mountain bike parts? Because parts are almost impossible to get right now. And this is their first prototype crank, and I'm so excited to share it with you. These cranks are available from 155, 160, 165, 170 to 175 mil lengths. Since they build everything in-house, they have the flexibility to do that. And unlike a lot of companies whose 165 crank is really a 170, just drilled in a little, every crank is unique to that length. So you're not going to have an extra centimeter of crank arm hanging off here like you do with SRAM or Raceface or a couple other products as well. These are 165 mil cranks, and mine's a prototype. I'm running a little bit heavier spindle than the production is going to get, but mine came in at 530 grams with crank arms, spindle, mounting hardware, and the little tensioner knob, which is aluminum. So that's a very respectable weight. That's lighter than Raceface turbines. Carbon cranks are still lighter, so if absolute lightest is the most important to you, there are better options out there. But I'm excited to have something made in the USA, beefcake with some really cool looking design. This is going to be the first thing people notice about your bike when they see it. And I expect a lot of attention at the trailhead with these things. 5DEV's rad enough to give you guys a 5% discount. I've got a link in the description below. So if you're interested in their cranks, their stems, their pedals, and whatever else they're making in the future, and they have big plans, you can save 5% on those. So check it out. I'm not going to announce price because those things are always subject to change. So 5th Axis has been around for a while, but 5DEV is a new company. So they're still getting their website up. They're still getting pricing. They're still getting pictures. I figured it'd be better to let you guys know early ahead of time so you can get pre-orders in for these rather than wait a year when everything's all ironed out and we have all the answers. So be patient with them. They're a small team of passionate writers and fabricators, and they're working their hardest to get it up to speed. A lot of us are anxious about new parts and availability, and it's kind of a feeding frenzy. So please be nice when you contact them. Some of these companies, I release a product on the channel and people just explode their email, sending them 9 emails a day and asking all these detailed questions. They're a small company. They're getting started. Chill out a little bit, give them a break. Feel free to reach out to them, but don't bombard them because they're working on things like getting more colors and more sizes and more photos, getting the website working, getting their distribution out there and stuff like that. So take it easy on them, and any company in this industry. Everybody's having a hard time just getting bombarded with information right now. So let's all be nice and remember that these are people behind these products. They're mountain bikers too, and they're great to talk to, but let's have a little bit of patience. That goes a long way in this industry. I'm excited to A, have another component manufacturer, B, have it made in the States. So we're going to see way less issues with shipping times and parts availability. And, these aren't 2 years out. These are a couple weeks out from when they build them to when they get to your door. That is awesome. I'm also excited to have something different and something rad looking like these. These are really going to make my bike stand out, and it helps that they're lighter and they look super, super strong. All right, enough talking. Let's get these things on. If you are interested in them, check the links in my description and make sure to use that discount code to save 5%. I've been saving this bottom bracket for a special occasion, and this is it. This is the Wheels Manufacturing angular contact bearing. These are my favorite. Oh, cool. They put my logo on it. Hardtail Party. That's cool. I didn't even know they did that. You guys are awesome. I love these. These are my favorite bottom brackets. The angular contact means when the spindle's on there, when the cranks are on there, and you're standing on your bike, all of the ball bearings in there are sharing the load, not just the ones on the bottom where the weight is. Super awesome. These last a very long time. I haven't had one go out yet, and I use them all the time on the channel. They're pricey, but you get what you pay for with these things. These cranks are available with a 29 mil spindle, which is SRAM dub, 28.99, which is 29, or a 30 mil spindle. I'm running 30 mil. That's what I use the most, but I have bottom brackets for each. These bigger spindles usually mean they can get the stiffness to weight ratio that they want, and 30 mil cranks have the stiffness that I like. Oh, these things are absolutely beautiful. It's got an aluminum tension knob here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Who knows how it rides? We'll see. I'll take it out on the trail, but looks alone, these are the prettiest cranks I've ever seen. For chainring, I'm going with an absolute black. I think they're beautiful, very well made. We're going with a 32 tooth oval. Sometimes I like oval, sometimes I like round. When I run shorter cranks like 165s, 160s, and 155s, I like smaller chain rings to change the torque to make it feel more like a regular crank. Since this is oval, it's a 32, but it feels more like a 30 in the hard part of the stroke. So we're gonna go with this. I might swap it out for a 30 round, we'll see. Experimentation's always good. This is a boost chain ring and these are boost cranks, but they do make other sizes as well. That's the beauty of them machining everything in-house out of a solid hunk of aluminum, is they can make whatever size they want to do. So if industry standards change, they're not sending drawings to China and then waiting 2 months in the backlog and then getting it machined and then shipped across the ocean. They're able to build it right there, and that's rad. These are SRAM mount cranks. They've got those 3 Torx bolts in there. I love that. That's my favorite mount. If anything ever happened on the trail, I can use my multi-tool to tighten these. I'm glad to see this becoming more standard across cranks. I've never had a beautiful pair of cranks before. I'm so excited for these. This is a loud bike. This is a loud shirt, but you know what's stealing the show at the moment? These cranks. If you don't want to be noticed, don't get these cranks. If you don't want to stand out, don't get these cranks. If you are looking for adding a little bit of personality to your bike, man, I think these cranks would be a great way to do it. If you want to get noticed, you want a little bit of bling, you want something that you're just proud of that's made in America, I'm excited for these. I'm going to put a whole bunch of miles on these and let you know in the future what I think about them. I'm super grateful for 5DEV for sending these out to be featured on the channel. When you factor in that they're made in America from aerospace aluminum from a single chunk by mountain bikers, the price really is pretty staggering. It's competing with a lot of the high-end Asian-made cranks, and that's exciting to me. And they look absolutely phenomenal. Don't forget your 5% discount in the link below. 5DEV is going to be a household name in a year or two. They are going to dominate the mountain bike component industry, mark my words. They're going to explode. So get in early so you can stand out. And they have lots of exciting plans in the future. Go check out their website to learn more. Having more choices and more availability and more options is always a good thing in the bike industry. And I'm stoked that this is run by a bunch of guys who ride bikes and who shred, who aren't just looking to make a quick buck with this tool they've got in their backyard. They're passionate about the products they make, and it shows with how beautiful they are. Make sure you guys stay tuned to see how I like these things. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, subscribe. 70,000 people a month watch my videos and aren't subscribed. If that's you, please subscribe. It really helps this channel. It helps broaden the reach, and it helps you stay notified when I release more videos of exciting new products like this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for loving hardtails. There's a party in the mountains, and you're invited.